The best beard oil just got better. New formulation, new packaging, new price. Get it at beardbrand.com. Now on to the cut.
I'm Dave Banks, we're at Beardbrand HQ and we're cutting Michael's hair and beard today. So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to wet the hair down. There's a little bit of product in there, so we're going to towel dry the hair and just get rid of that. I've got some antiseptic tonic that Bob's just given me. Never used it before. It's called
Dudley's.
There we go, brother.
Old school and fantastic.
Dudley's. So I'll probably be taking a bottle of that home with me. This is just going to help us cut the hair. It's going to sit more natural. It's not going to clog the clippers or the scissors. And the client gets a better cut. Okay, now we're going to comb through the hair and we're going to see how it wants to sit naturally. The haircut that Michael's told me he wants is a hard part on this side. So we're going to find a natural part in, the way it's going to sit nice, and we're going to split and put a hard part in. And then we're going to keep the side. You're happy for it to keep coming back over to the side, weren't you? Yes. I think it's going to flow quite nicely. Okay, so what we need to establish now is where we're going to start the fade. We're going to go down to skin, aren't we? Yeah. So do you prefer the fade low, medium or high?
Medium.
Medium. So we're going to go for like a temple fade. Yeah. We're going to drop slightly down at the back and we're going to see where the O-bone is. So it's around there. We're going to go just above the O-bone. So at this point now, I'm going to pump the client up. I'm going to get Michael to just tilt his head ever so slightly forward. That's great. And I'm going to establish where this fade is going to start. So I'm going to say around there. We're going to create a nice smile shape in the back. Is Carlos here?
What's that?
Is Carlos here?
He is here, yeah.
Was he here early or was he here late?
He was here when he got here.
Was he limping?
No, he's wearing a nice red shirt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said he played football last night.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't know if he'd have come in on crutches.
It seemed like he held it together.
Okay, so the temple was around here. I'm going to take this with a nice arch to the back and join up to this smile shape. This really helps because it gives you a definitive line to follow on both sides when you've created it at the back. Otherwise you're kind of blindly putting in your marks on this side. What do you do for a living then, Michael?
I'm sorry?
What do you do for, sorry, that was such an English thing to say. What do you do as an occupation?
An occupation?
Yeah.
I'm a mechanical engineer.
Oh, mechanical engineer?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you work on like cars or?
No,
Lots of
I
stuff.
design air conditioning systems for
Oh, wow.
buildings, for houses.
Oh,
and
big buildings, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Keeps me busy and I can work from home and I'm very happy.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a dream, isn't it?
It is my dream. I worked a long time to get there, but I love it.
Yeah, that's the one thing with barbering. You can't really work from home.
You can't, but you tend to be more social than engineers, so that's good.
Yeah.
We don't mind being by ourselves 23 hours of the day.
Okay, now we're going to start removing the bulk. So we're going to drop the clipper down to a 0, and I'm going to remove, because even though this is going to be a 0 below, I can start my blend here so the blend's smoother. So I'm going to use a 0 on the clipper, and I'm going to remove about an inch all the way around the head. So are you local to Austin or do you live?
No, I live in
further
Fort
afield?
Lauderdale, Florida.
Florida?
Yes, sir.
That's a fair old trip here.
Is this your first time to Austin?
First time to Austin, yes.
Excellent. It is a city full of energy.
It's a crazy place.
It is. It is in lots of ways.
Yeah. Food here is so good as well.
I love it. It's one of my favorite cities in the world.
Yeah. No, I'm going to Alan's Boots on Friday to sort that. Yeah. I've been given some recommendations by Carlos. Some boots as well, I think. Some boots and a hat.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be using the detailer now to remove this bit of bulk, and we're going to be flicking out so that we blend into the zero. This is slightly lower than a zero. You can just tilt your head slightly down for me, Michael. That's great. If the skin's taut, it's easier to remove the bulk. If the skin's loose, the clipper you'll feel the clipper struggling. I'm having a bit of a sugar rush. I just ate some like a Peking tart or something from out there. There must have been like 200 grams of sugar in it. Yeah, I'm good to go, man. So have you had a foil shaver before? Did Jake use a foil shaver last time when he did the cut?
I don't think so. I had a much longer beard and hair at that time.
Yeah.
So
you might have just took it to a zero instead of using the foils.
Yes.
Okay. The foils basically are shorter than a zero. They give you a really clean finish to the haircut. I suggest that we use it just on the very edges of the zero. And it's something that you could probably ask your barber when you get back to Florida to use as well. I'm sure he'll have access to it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely want to show him the product, the finish.
Yeah, man, that's great. You can take a nice cut back and then say, right, this is what I want, you know?
He's excited to learn something new, so.
Cool. So because we're falling out just the edges, we're not going to be going up with the foil. We're just going to start going downwards. This just softens everything up. It gives the haircut a really nice finish. So at this point as well, I'm going to drop my body and just check that this line is really even at the back and it all looks good from here. And we're going to use the contour of the head when we're using the two, so we're going to flick off. We're not going to take it straight up, and that's going to give us a nice shape. So this section I want to be around 1.5 inches, I'm going to say. Oh man, the AC is beautiful. Yeah, it's amazing. I've got the best seat in the house here, man. I have.
Especially as it gets hotter outside.
Yeah. I went for a couple of beers last night with everybody, and dude, the beer here is so strong.
Oh, is it?
2 beers, I wobbled out the bar.
Really?
So I don't think I paid for my beer. I think I forgot to clear my tab. Because in England we don't do that. We pay first and then we just leave when we're drunk. So I think I just walked off, man. I don't know who picked up the bar bill. I've got to sort that today with them. So it's always good as well to check in with your client that everything's going okay and he's happy with everything so far. I'm assuming you're liking the shape of this, the way it's kind of contour into the head.
Yeah, it's sharp.
So I want this to be around 1.5 centimeters. The smoother, the bigger the 0.5 section in this method of fading, the easier it is to kind of fade in. It'll be a little bit smoother. You'll have a bit more to do at the top of the blend, but from the 0 to the 0.5 or the 0 to the 1, it'll be a lot smoother. So it's going to be half open, so it's in a 1.75 position. Just drop forward for you, Bella. And we're going to be flicking out in a C motion just below the 2. And we're looking for a good shape here.
This one?
This is really where we start to create the graduation through the blend. and build up the weight through the parting. So this is a standard one guard. It's not a kind of blending guard. And we're going to have it fully open in a 1.5 position. This is slightly smaller than the 1.5 guard we were just using. Just drop down slightly for me. Perfect. And we only want to hear the blade cutting at the top of the blend. So you're not trying to remove the actual line at the moment with this. And we're going to work our way down this guard as well. So we're going to go to a 1.25. The more steps you have in the blend, the smoother the blend will be. So if you're jumping guards from like a 1.5 to a 1, you will see some weight. Okay, so I've closed the guard now, I'm on a 1. And again, I'm just flicking out. As soon as I hear it cutting, I'm pulling the clipper away. And now we're going to drop down to a 0.5 guard. So I'm going to have it at 0.75, so it's half closed. Just drop down again for you, brother. So this is going to start removing the weight line now. We're going to see this actually doing some kind of corrective work on the blend. Okay, we're going to work all the way down to the 0.5. And I don't think I need to go any lower than that because it's really blended in nice, that has. Okay, so the top now is sitting how we want it to sit. It's a little bit too short on the front, I believe, so I think we should leave a bit of this through here because it's going to kind of, we want a nice graduation basically. We want it to be longer at the front, shorter at the back. We've kind of got the opposite at the moment. It's a little bit short at the front and it's quite long at the back, as you can see when you pick it up. So I'm going to tidy up that and just correct that. So I'm just going to go through first and cross check. And even where I'm not taking length off, I'll still neaten up where need be. So I'm just going to take a section there. And I'm creating almost like a round shape because I know when the hair lies down, I want it to be slightly short on this side. And now we're going to look how that lies down. We've got a slight two-tone going on here where the hair gets lighter towards the edge. So there'll be a natural weight line almost, but it will be from colour, it's not from hair length. So it can help if you can just run like a 20% thinner through it, just to thin that darkness out at the back. I don't know, I'm like 5'9", what are you, 5'7"?
And a quarter. That was a good comeback.
First, we need to establish a length on the beard. I'm assuming that you want to go a touch shorter than what it is already?
I do, yes.
Yeah, so it looks to me like that's probably about 2 at the moment. I'd say 1.5 will clean that up nice.
Okay.
And maybe just ever so slightly shorter over the tash.
Yes.
Just so it kind of gives you a nice clean line.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to be going against the grain. And we're going to taper into the fade.
No, man. I talk a big game, man. I'm the lamest kid. You know, you remind me now with a beard that long. Who's that? Sheep. Oh, man. He's an icon, but yeah. Short. Not very talented. I've offended so many people in my life without realizing. Oh, man. No filter. You can't offend me, man. I usually tell people. Oh, yeah, I know about you. A bootleg version of this person and that person. You are just as proper.
Okay, so we're going to drop down to a 1 now. And we're going to start blending into the fade. I've got a 2 on the chin. I've got a 1.5 through the sides. And then we're tapering out with a 1 up to the 0. So we're going to work from a 0.5 to a 0 through the sideburn. But this is just giving it a nice kind of polished finish.
It's like, oh, it's third.
So I don't want to go too high on this. I want to take it just above the lip, because I'm not thinking like too clean on the short beard. I want it to be a short beard, but I want it to kind of have a little bit of ruggedness with a nice sharp line. It's very important for the client to be straight at all times during this. If he's wonky, your line will be off.
So, the technique on the left hand is old barber technique. It's a little shorter on the side as opposed to
And then a little tip really to get this line to really pop out underneath is if we switch to a foil shaver and you just run the foil shaver almost horizontally. It really makes that kind of give it a really sharp edge. So we're going to start with the heel. We're not going too far into that. These are the bits that are hard to do at home, aren't they? The sides. Straight through the heel of the beard. Because you're blind when you're in the mirror.
A lot of them look here in Austin is very similar to the gas station, which is they took me in there like
I'm using the heel of the blade.
like this in Jersey.
Then I'm going to come around.
I don't care. Yes, I've never seen anything. Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. But
And then starting at the bottom of my line.
I was like, what is this? Yeah, food in the middle. Good stuff too. So right now, just picking this out.
And we've got an emphasis on a strong line through here, so I may have to take the line just a touch lower to make it thick.
More gentle. That was because you used something that's a good area to establish my first guy.
So
it's only a very thin parting, so
like it's gonna be.
I'm trying to remove just a couple of hairs there.
So if,
Nothing too crazy.
If y'all wanna just hang out. And
So I'm going to apply some beard oil first, because the styling balm is going to be on my hands, so I don't want to rub the styling balm into the beard.
When my beard is this short, a little bit of beard oil, but I don't feel like I need much because my skin's already oily.
Yeah. So I still think you should use some oil.
Okay.
Just because it conditions and nourishes the hair. So
Okay.
your skin might be oily, but the hair might not be as nourished as it needs to be, you know. But like you say, just don't over oil it.
Just a little bit
You
of
can kind of feel when it needs it. You know, if it's feeling a bit dry through the actual hair, then it's time to apply some oil.
That does smell good.
Yeah, that's 4 Vices. We're going to switch to the 4 Vices styling balm.
What's the Bobby Fischer, that chest master?
Yeah, that's probably Fisher. Fisher, yeah.
And this is the fun bit.
Bobs are like top notch.
So we're going to try and pull some of those strays in. That's the kind of, see the pattern?
That is incredible.
Yeah. That's a real simple
Never
styling hat.
seen it like that. I
You know?
love it.
Cool.
I love that.
Well, fellas, this is goodbye. Possibly, perhaps. Not really going to show up on this channel anymore. I'm over on Beardbrand Alliance. That's where all of our grooming and self-improvement videos are going. If you dig those videos, head on over there. Otherwise, just stick around and watch more barbershop videos.